Level 1. The $18 Life. You're 24 years old. You work the night shift at an Amazon fulfillment center in Robbinsville, New Jersey. $18 an hour. Your job title is picker. You walk 15 miles a night inside a warehouse the size of 14 football fields. Your feet hurt by Tuesday. Your knees hurt by Wednesday. Your back never stops. You wear a yellow vest. You carry a scanner. The scanner tells you where to go. Bay 14C, Shelf 7. Item Sony WH-1000 XM5 headphones. Retail $349. You scan it. You place it in your tote. You walk to the next location. The scanner beeps again. You have 11 seconds to reach the next item. 11 seconds. You do this for 10 hours. You do it 4 days a week. You take home $1,260 after taxes. Your rent in Trenton is $890. Your car payment is $310. You eat. Barely. You've been here 8 months. You know this building better than you know your own apartment. Every aisle, every camera angle, every blind spot. Especially the blind spots. Level 2. The Discovery. It starts with a pair of headphones. A coworker shows you during break. He holds up a Sony scanner code on his phone. Same model you picked 3 hours ago. He ordered it online last week. It arrived damaged. He filed a return. Amazon issued a refund immediately. No return required under $400. No return required. You go home and read Amazon's return policy for 4 hours. Items under a certain value threshold. Refund issued. Item write-off. No physical return necessary. The inventory system marks it as a loss. No one investigates losses under $400 individually. There are millions of them. You do the math. One item, one refund. Net cost to you, $0. You order a pair of headphones. You file a damage claim the day they arrive. You photograph a scratch you made yourself with a key. Amazon refunds $349 instantly. You keep the headphones. Nobody calls. Nobody emails. Nobody comes. You wait 3 weeks. Nothing. Level 3. The System. You understand systems. You've been inside one for 8 months. You know what Amazon tracks. Units per hour, scan accuracy, break compliance. They track everything that moves through a scanner. What they don't track is what never gets scanned. You map the blind spots. Bay 23, the northwest corner of Level 2, camera coverage gap between 2 zones, 12 feet of floor that exists in no footage. You measured it yourself during a slow shift using your scanner's timestamp trail as a map. You start small. 1 item per shift. High value. Under $400 each. Bluetooth speakers, smartwatches, portable chargers, items small enough to fit inside your vest lining, which you've modified with a seam cutter and $2 of Velcro from a craft store. You sell them on Facebook Marketplace. Cash only. Local pickup. You are a reseller, you tell buyers. They don't ask questions. Nobody asks questions when the price is right. First month. $2,800 in your pocket. More than 2 weeks of work for 1 month of risk. You don't stop. Level 4. The Network. You can't scale alone. One person can only carry so much. You approach Marcus first. He's worked the same shift for 2 years, same financial pressure, different debt. You don't explain everything at first. You just show him the numbers, what you made last month, what he could make. You give him 3 weeks to think. He comes back in 2. Then Deshaun, then Priya, then 4 others over the next 3 months. 7 people total. Each one positioned at a different zone. Each one covering a different blind spot. Each one responsible for their own items, their own sales channel, their own silence. You establish rules. No more than 3 items per person per shift. Never the same item twice in the same week. Never anything over $400. Always different buyers. Never talk about it anywhere but in person. You are not their boss. You are not their friend. You are the person who showed them the math. The network generates $31,000 in the first 2 months. Level 5. The Upgrade. Small items have small ceilings. You find the vulnerability in the damage processing system. Items flagged as damaged in transit go to a separate holding area before destruction or liquidation. The holding area logs are updated manually. Manual systems have gaps. Gaps have people. You find the person. A receiving supervisor named Todd, 43, divorced. Gambling problem you know about because he told you at a Christmas party 2 years ago after his 4th drink. You don't threaten Todd. You don't need to. You just do the math with him the same way you did it with the others. Todd controls what gets logged as destroyed in the damage processing area. He starts logging items as destroyed that never get destroyed. TVS laptops, a pallet of iPad Airs, items that walk out the back of the facility in trash bags during Todd's shift. Your monthly number triples. You are now moving $90,000 in merchandise per month. Level 6. The machine you rent a storage unit in Hamilton, then a second one in Bordentown. You build relationships with 3 fencing operations in Philadelphia. 1 pays cash, 2 pay in crypto. You start a fake LLC, electronics resale business, legitimate-looking website, social media presence, business cards. You deposit money in increments under $10,000, different banks, different accounts, different days. You've read enough to know what triggers a suspicious activity report. You think you're careful? You are careful. That's what makes it last as long as it does. 14 months of operation. Estimated total merchandise value moved $4 million. Your personal cut after paying the network and Todd and the fencing operations, $800,000. You buy a house, cash buyer. Your mother cries at the closing. You tell her you've been investing in crypto since 2019. She doesn't really understand crypto, she just cries. Level 7. The pattern. Amazon's global security operations team is not a rumor. It is a division of several hundred investigators, former law enforcement, and data analysts whose only job is to find exactly what you've been doing. They don't investigate individual incidents. They investigate patterns. Shrinkage in Bay 23 in the northwest zone of Level 2 has been statistically anomalous for 11 months. The variance report flags it. A data analyst named someone you will never meet pulls the inventory loss records and plots them against shift schedules. The pattern has 7 points. Each point is a person. Each person's scan history and physical zone data creates a map. The map has a center. The center is you. They bring in Amazon's internal investigation unit. They bring in the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office. They begin surveillance, not inside the building, outside it. Your storage units, your fence contacts in Philadelphia. Todd's car. You don't know any of this. You're planning to expand to a second facility in Staten Island. Level 8. The morning. It's a Tuesday, 6:14 a.m. You just got home from your shift. You're still in your work clothes. You're eating a bowl of cereal over your kitchen sink when you hear it. 3 knocks. Then the door opens anyway. They had a key from your landlord. They've had it for 6 days. Waiting for this morning specifically. 6 investigators. 2 from Amazon's security division, 2 from the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office, 2 from the Postal Inspection Service because some of the merchandise moved through USPS. They already have the storage units. They already have Todd. Todd cooperated 4 days ago. They already have everything. Level 9. The count. The charges take 3 weeks to formalize. While your lawyer reads through discovery, you sit in your mother's house in the same bedroom you grew up in. The house you bought her is under asset forfeiture review. Organized retail theft, conspiracy, money laundering, receiving stolen property. 4 counts. Federal jurisdiction because the merchandise crossed state lines. Discovery is 847 pages. It includes 14 months of surveillance. Your scan history cross-referenced with inventory loss records. Video from cameras you didn't know existed outside your blind spots. Todd's signed cooperation agreement. Statements from 3 members of your network. Marcus didn't cooperate. Priya did. Deshaun did. You never blamed them. They had kids. You understood the math. Level 10. The cost. You plead guilty. Cooperation agreement. You give them the fencing operations in Philadelphia. You give them contacts you know in 2 other fulfillment centers doing smaller versions of the same thing. Sentence. 4 years federal prison. Fined $340,000. Full restitution to Amazon, $4.1 million. Asset forfeiture, the house. The storage unit contents, the LLC accounts. Everything. You serve 31 months at FCI Fort Dix, 12 miles from the warehouse. You get out at 28 years old. Federal record. No degree. The fulfillment center job is the best job you ever had. You apply to 62 jobs in 7 months. Most don't respond. 3 respond and then stop when the background check comes back. Your mother sells her apartment and moves in with your aunt. She never asks you about the house directly. She just never mentions it. You walk into a Walmart one afternoon. Force of habit. You walk the electronics aisle. Bluetooth speakers, smartwatches, portable chargers, the exact items, the exact brands. You look at the price tags, you look at the security cameras. You already know where the blind spots are. You put your hands in your pockets. You walk out. You buy nothing. Somewhere in Robbinsville right now, the night shift is starting. Someone is putting on a yellow vest. Someone is picking up a scanner. Someone is walking Bay 14C and noticing something nobody else has noticed yet. The math is the same as it always was. The math is never the problem. You were never brought down by the theft. You were brought down by the pattern, and patterns are the one thing you can never outrun. Because the longer you run, the cleaner the trail becomes. The warehouse is still running. The blind spots still exist. Amazon's shrinkage number for last year was $700 million. $700 million. The machine is still losing and the machine doesn't care. It just adjusts the algorithm and waits for the next pattern to emerge. You were never a thief. You were a data point. And data points are replaceable.